Hello, boys and girls. This is your language arts lesson for Thursday, April 23rd. All right, we're going to work on our remaining amazing words. So we have the word interrupt, protest, and troublemaker. So to interrupt someone means to start talking when they're already talking. So we could use this example. Mrs. Richardson interrupts the class while they are laughing. Or, okay, so sorry about the barking. My dogs interrupted my lesson, so I had to pause the video. So, anyway, that is interrupt. Protest means to express an objection to what someone has said or done. She wouldn't let him pay, and he didn't protest. So he didn't express an objection. So that's protest. And troublemaker. Troublemaker. Okay, a troublemaker is a person who habitually causes difficulty or problems. So, especially by inciting others to defy those in authority. So, that would be a troublemaker. All right, so those are your amazing words. Now let's go on to phonics. So you studied words like these last week. So I'm going to just ask you to think about what you know about the consonant patterns in these words. So the PH here makes the F sound. So let's go over these words. Phone, photographs, and Philip. Here we've got GH that also, well, let's read this word enough. The GH makes a F, rougher, and laughable. So here you've got PH and GH to make the F sound. All right, now we've got CK, checkup, sticker, and restack. CK makes the K sound. And then we've got the NG, so boring, stringy, and clanging. So the NG goes G, G, G. All right, so there are some words that you can read with those phonetic blends. All right, so moving along, we're working on evaluating online sources. So I would like you to read this on your own at some point, but I want to go over this with you right now. So this is we have pages 352 and 353 in your Readers and Writers Notebook, and then so we've got that. I want you guys to look it over, but right now I'll go over it with you. All right, so let's go over this little story. It's called Helping Hand. So the sign maker's assistant, Norman, learned about being responsible. You can do an internet search to find out how you can help your neighbors. Use a search engine to type in the keyword volunteer. Here are two topics you might find listed. Which one would tell you about volunteer work? To choose, look carefully at both the source and the description. So, let's take a look. So we've got organization started by kids, and this one says show your colors, t-shirts, bumper stickers, decals, and other items can show your loyalty to a group that you support. All right, an organization started by kids. Think you're too young to start an organization? Maybe you'll change your mind after seeing what these kids have done. So this guy's saying this is a .org website. A .org site is usually a good source. So maybe we need to backtrack a bit. Let's read these things over here in the margins. So it says 21st century skills. Can you trust what you read on the internet? You should always find out who wrote what you read. Can you believe that person? How can you tell? It is important to always check. And then we have some bullet points here. The internet has many websites that give information. You need to decide what is good information and what is not. Websites you can count on often end with .gov, .edu, or .org. Websites that end in .com must be checked carefully. Read Helping Hand. Think about how you can decide whether an online source is a good one. So that's a good little reference there to know which whatevers are good sources of information. So let's go on. And here we go. All right, so let's see. Organization started by kids. Care Bags Foundation, started by Annie Wiganall, 11 years old. Grandma's Gifts, started by Emily Douglas, 9 years old. So online organization started by kids looks good to you. When you click on it, you get a list of other links. Here are some of them. And this is Care for a Clean Environment, FACE. You may want to know more about these volunteer organizations. You decide to explore some of these links by clicking on them. And then Pennies to Protect Police Dogs. 11-year-old Stacy Hillman started Pennies to Protect Police Dogs. She had read about police dogs and their dangerous jobs. One police dog had been shot on the job. The article mentioned that they wear bulletproof vests, that there are bulletproof vests for police dogs, but the vests cost a lot. Over the years, Pennies to Protect Police Dogs has raised more than $100,000. The group has outfitted more than 158 canine dogs with bulletproof vests. So, after reading about both of these groups, you can decide which one might be best for you. So, kids, this is just, it's a really good idea to know that you can question the information that you read online and look at things critically. Not everything that you read will be, in fact, truth. Okay? All right, so I'm going to complete your video lesson by going over pages 356 and 357 in your Reading Street book. So this week you learned a lot about suffixes, so let's take a peek. Word structure. A suffix is a word part added to the end of a word. The word part full is a suffix. The suffix full means full of. Care, careful. Care is a base word. Careful is the word care plus the suffix full. Careful means full of care. Practice it. Add the suffix full to each word. Tell what the new word means. So we've got cheer. If you add the suffix full, you will have the word cheerful. And that means full of cheer. Doubt. Doubtful means full of doubt. Helpful means full of help. And painful means full of pain. So now we'll go on to our fluency appropriate phrasing. Groups of words. Group words into phrases as you read. Also, pay attention to punctuation. Pause at commas. Stop at end punctuations such as periods and question marks. This will help you understand what you are reading. practice it. Read pages 337 through 338 from the Sign Maker's Assistant with a partner. Group words as you read. Do not read word by word. Pay attention to punctuation. So go ahead and take a moment to practice reading these pages out loud and grouping the words based on the punctuation. And now we have listening and speaking. Use formal. Okay, use formal language when speaking to the class. So identify and speak to your audience. You can use informal language like slang when speaking with friends or family. You should use formal language when speaking to the class. When you use formal language, you speak in complete sentences and use proper conventions. So practice it. Research information on an animal you like. Find 2 facts about the animal. Give a short report to the class. Remember to speak clearly and use formal language. Listen attentively while others give their reports. So we're not really going to do this report right now. So it's just something you can practice. Tips. Speaking. Use articles like, and the in your report. Use adverbs about manner like carefully, beautiful, and beautifully in your report. So that completes our lesson. You have a couple of pages to do in your readers and writers notebook. Yeah, and that's it for the day. I'll see you at the Zoom meeting. So just finish up all of the pages. All right, so what I want you to do is finish the pages in the Readers and Writers Notebook that go with the Sign Maker's Assistant. So that would be page 443 and 444. So, and that will complete your week. And then Friday, all you will have to do is your weekly test. So keep up the good work, kids. I'm really proud of everything you're doing. Bye.